I'm going to start a new unit. Okay, that is electrochemistry 1. Okay, so this electrochemistry 1 will be these videos are more useful to BSc second year students. Okay, now first of all, what is meant by electrochemistry? Okay, here it is a study of interconversion between electrical energy and chemical energy. It is a study of it is a study of interconversion between electrical energy and chemical energy. Chemical energy. Okay, now here in this chapter we are dealing with the two kinds of interconversions. Okay, one is electrical energy to electrical energy to chemical energy, chemical energy, and the second kind of interconversion, that is chemical energy to chemical energy to electrical energy, electrical energy. Okay, so here okay, these two kinds of interconversions we are studying in this particular electrochemistry chapter. Okay, now before going to detail, I am going to discuss briefly about this electrochemistry one topics. Okay, which kind of topics we are discussing in this electrochemistry one, that we will see in this one. Okay, now okay, basically in this electrochemistry one, okay, in this electrochemistry one, okay, we are studying first one is the basics of electrochemistry. Okay, basics of electrochemistry. Okay, in this basics, okay, we are going to study what is conductor, and what is conductance, and what is specific conductance, and molar conductance, and equivalence, conductance, and variation of equivalence conductance and molar conductance with dilution. Okay. On dilution, how this conductance will be changed, and how this equivalence conductance will be changed, and how this specific conductance will be changed, and how this molar conductance will be changed. Okay, those things we will study in this basics. Okay, so next we have theories of electrolytes. Okay, theories of electrolytes. Okay, in this theories of electrolytes, okay, particularly we are going to study Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory of dissociation of electrolytes. Okay, and Oswald dilution law. Oswald dilution law, and Debye-Hückel theory of strong electrolytes. Okay, these are the three kinds of theories we are going to study in this electrochemistry one. Okay, next we have the migration of ions. Okay, next part of this unit, that is the migration of ions. Okay. Holder's law. Holder's law and its applications, and also the transport number, transport number, transport number, and determination of transport number by Hittorf method. Okay, so in this migration of ions, we are going to study migration of ions and Holder's law and transport number. Okay, and how to determine this transport number by using Hittorf method. Okay, next we have finally, okay, we have applications. Okay, applications of conductivity measurements. Okay, applications of conductivity measurements. Okay, in these applications we are particularly studying about the conductometric titrations. Conductometric titrations. Okay, so okay, in this way, okay, at the end of the chapter, okay, we are completing these topics. Okay, first of all, okay, basics of this electrochemistry one. Okay, that is what is conductance and what are conductors, and what is meant by specific conductance, equivalence conductance, molar conductance, how they are varying with dilution. Okay, those things we will study in this basics part. Okay, and next part, that is theories of electrolytes. Okay, in this theories of electrolytes, okay, we have Arrhenius theory and Ostwald theory for weak electrolytes, and for strong electrolytes we have Debye-Huckel-Onsalger equation. Okay, that is for strong electrolytes. Okay, now next one is, okay, next we have migration of ions. Okay, in this migration of ions we are going to study this Holder's law. Okay, and its application, and determine the transport number. Okay, and how to determine the transport number of the electrolyte by using a Hittorf method. Okay, so next we have finally, okay, applications of conductivity measurements. Okay, so in these particular applications we are going to study conductometric titrations. Okay, so this is about the brief introduction of this electrochemistry 1 syllabus. Okay, now, okay, today I am going to start, okay, this basic part. Okay, in this basic part particularly I am going to start this conductor. Okay, now what is meant by conductor? Okay, what is meant by conductor? How many types of conductors are there? Okay, so that we will see in this particular lecture. Okay, so okay, now first of all, what is conductor? What is conductor? Okay, what is conductor? Okay, okay, these are the substances, okay, which allows the passage of electricity through it. Okay, these are the substances. These are the substances, okay, which allows the passage of electricity through it. Okay, okay, those are called, okay, it is called as conductor. Okay, so if it is not allows, it does not allow the passage of electricity. Okay, if the any substance does not allow the passage of electricity, those substances we called as insulators. Okay, here in the case of conductors, okay, these are the substances which allows the passage of electricity through its. Okay, so these substances we called as conductors. Okay, now here, okay, generally, okay, there are two kinds of conductors are there. Okay, one is, okay, electronic conductors. Okay, here conductors. Okay, these conductors are classified into two types. One is electronic conductors, okay, or metallic conductors, and the second one is electrolytic conductors. Okay, electrolytic conductors. Okay, now what is meant by these electronic conductors? Okay, and what is meant by these electrolytic conductors? Okay, so how they can produce electricity? Okay, how they can conduct electricity? Okay, those things we will see in this one. Okay, now first of all, okay, electronic conductor or metallic conductor. Okay, electronic or metallic conductor. Okay, okay. So, okay, here, okay, metallic conductor or electronic conductor is nothing but, okay, these are the substances in which they do not undergo any kind of decomposition during passage of electricity. Okay, so okay, here, okay, these are the substances. Okay, they can conduct electricity without undergoing any kind of any without undergoing decomposition. Okay, so here, okay, these are the substances, okay, they can conduct electricity without undergoing decomposition. Okay, so the conductivity of these conductors, okay, the conductivity due to flow of free electrons. Okay, the conductivity of these type of conductors is due to the flow of free electrons present in it. Okay, now, okay, during conductance, okay, they do not undergo any kind of chemical change. Okay, do not undergo no chemical change. Okay, here there is no transfer of matter taking place. Here there is a transfer of only electrons. Okay, one position to the another position. So no transfer of matter. Okay, no transfer of matter. Okay, now here the conductivity of these conductors, okay, increases, okay, or while increasing the temperature, uh, if if temperature increases, okay, resistance of these conductors increases. Okay, it means, okay, conductance will be decreases. Okay, so okay, here, okay, with increasing the temperature there is a increase in resistance. Okay, resistance means it is a objection to flow the electrons, okay, through the substance. Okay, so during increasing temperature, okay, during increase in temperature, okay, due to the molecular vibrations, okay, due to molecular vibrations, okay, these molecular vibrations will obstruct the flow of electrons. Okay, so here, okay, due to due to increase in temperature, there is a increase in resistance. Okay, so ఎప్పుడైతే రెసిస్టెన్స్ అనేది ఇంక్రీజ్ అయిందో at that case the conductance will be decreases. Okay, so this is about the electronic conductors or metallic conductors. Okay, so these conductors will obey the Ohm's law. Okay, this kind of conductors will obey Ohm's law. Okay, so okay, here, okay, this is about these electronic conductors. Okay, so they can conduct the electricity without undergoing any kind of decomposition, and during electricity, okay, during this kind of substances, they can conduct the electricity due to flow of electrons. Okay, here due to flow of free electrons. Okay, so here there is no chemical change taking place in the substance. Okay, they do not undergo any kind of chemical change. Okay, so here there is no transfer of matter taking place during passes of electricity. Okay, so here if increase the temperature, okay, during increment in temperature there is an increase in resistance. Okay, due to this resistance the conductance of these metallic conductors will be decreases. Okay, so this is about the metallic conductors or electronic conductors. Okay, now okay, next one is okay, electrolytic conductors. Okay, electrolytic conductors. Electrolytic conductors. Okay, so okay, here, okay, this type of conductors, while passing the electricity, they can undergo the they can undergo decomposition. Okay, so while passing electricity, they can undergo decomposition. Okay, so while passing electricity they can undergo the decomposition. Okay, so here the conductivity, okay, conductivity due to moment of ions. Okay, so okay, here, okay, during passes of electricity they are undergoing decomposition. It means they are undergoing chemical change. Okay, so there is a chemical change. Okay, this kind of conductors, okay, will conduct the electricity due to movement of ions. Okay, not flow of electrons. Here due to movement of ions, okay, these kind of conductors will produce the conductance. Okay, so okay, here, okay, there is a chemical change taking place during passage of electricity. So here, okay, they can undergo chemical change, and they can also decompose, okay, during passage of electricity. Okay, here, okay, there is a transfer of matter. Okay, there is a transfer of matter from one position to the another position, okay, due to moment of ions. Okay, due to moment of ions. Okay, these are also obeys the Ohm's law. Okay, they can also obey the Ohm's law. Okay, now here if increase in temperature, okay, conductance also increases. Okay, increase in temperature, the conductance also increases. Okay, here, okay, due to increment in temperature, okay, there is a increase in movement of ions. Okay, the velocity of the ions will be increases. Okay, this kind of conductors, the conductivity depends upon the only movement of ions. Okay, so okay, this kind of conductors we call as electrolytic conductors. Okay, now coming to this electrolytic conductors. In this electrochemistry one, we are dealing with particularly these electrolytic conductors. Okay, so when coming to these electrolytic conductors, okay, we have two kinds of conductors are there. Okay, one is the strong electrolytes and weak electrolytes. Okay, so in this electrolytic conductors, okay, we have two kinds of substances are there. Okay, one is strong electrolytes and another one is okay, weak electrolytes. Okay, so we will see what are strong electrolytes and what are weak electrolytes. Okay, now what is the difference between? Okay, now okay, these electrolytic conductors, yeah, electrolytic conductors. Okay, these electrolytic conductors will be classified into two types. Okay, or three types. Okay, sometimes another third type, that is non-electrolyte. Okay, here okay, first one is okay, strong electrolytes, strong electrolytes. Okay, and the second one is okay, weak electrolytes, weak electrolytes, and the third one is non-electrolytes, non-electrolytes, non-electrolytes. Okay, so these are the three kinds of electrolytic conductors. Okay, now one is strong electrolytes. Okay, what is meant by strong electrolyte? Okay, these are the substance in which they can show highly conducting nature. Okay, they can show highly conducting nature. Okay, due to the due to easy dissociation of ions. Okay, they are showing, they show highly conducting nature. Okay, because okay, they can undergo easy dissociation. Okay, so here okay, they can undergo easy dissociation. Okay, they can undergo easily in decomposition. Okay, now the example for this strong electrolytes is all these strong acids and all these strong bases and salts. Okay, all these strong acids. Okay, example for these strong electrolytes. Okay, all strong acids, strong base, and salts of first A and second A group elements. Okay, so these three kinds of substances will produce the high conductivity. Okay, during their decomposition. Okay, so okay, here, during the passage of electricity, okay, they can show high conductance. Okay, so they are having highly conducting nature. Okay, so why these substances, why these strong electrolytes will show high conducting nature? Okay, here in the case of strong electrolytes, okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation. Okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation. Okay, in its aquatic solution, they show high conductance. Okay, high conductance. They can show high conduct. They can showing high conductivity, electrical conductivity, high electrical conductivity in its aqueous, in its solution state or molten state. Okay, in its solution state or molten state. Okay, so these are the substances, okay, which can show high electrical conductivity in its solution state or molten state. Okay, now in this strong electrolytes, okay, we have strong acids and strong bases and the salts of the first year group elements and second year group elements. Okay, for example, NaCl, KCl. Okay, so these kind of substances will comes under these strong electrolytes. Okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation in its aquatic media. Okay, in its solution state. So that's why, okay, they can produce more number of ions. Okay, if the number of ions increases, okay, there is a increase in conductance in the case of these electrolytic conductors. Okay, in the case of electrolytic conductors, okay, the conductivity of the electrolyte will be increases, okay, if it can undergoes decomposition. Okay, during this decomposition they can produce more number of ions. Okay, due to presence of this more number of ions, okay, they can produce high conductivity. So here in the case of strong electrolytes, okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation in its solution state or a molten state. Okay, due to this 100% dissociation, okay, they can produce more conductivity. They can show more conductivity. Okay, so okay, here in this category we have strong electrolytes and strong electrolytes category we have strong acids. Okay, they can undergo easy dissociation. They can undergo 100% dissociation. So and weak sorry, strong bases also comes under these strong electrolytes. Okay, here strong bases are, okay, like here in this one NaCl, sorry, here, okay, HCl, okay, and H2SO4 and HClO4. In the case of strong electrolytes, we have HCl, H2SO4, HClO4. Okay, these kind of substances comes under strong electrolytes. Okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation in its solution state. Okay, now when coming to this strong bases, okay, here we have strong bases like NaOH and KOH. Okay, these kind of substances comes under the strong bases. Okay, so here they can undergo 100% dissociation in its solution state or molten state. Okay, now here in the case of salts of first year group elements and second year group elements, okay, here we have NaCl and KCl. Okay, so these kind of substances comes under, okay, strong electrolytes. Okay, so they can show high conductivity, electrical conductivity in its aquatic solution, okay, in its solution state or molten state. Okay, now in the case of weak electrolytes, okay, they can show, okay, they can show low electrical conductance. Okay, in its solution state or molten state. Okay, so they can show, okay, low electrical conductance. Okay, low electrical conductance in its solution state or molten state. Okay, now the example for this weak electrolytes, okay, that is a acids, weak acids and weak bases, and halides of a Pb plus 2 and Hg plus 2 and Cu plus 1. Okay, so these kind of substances, comes under these weak electrolytes. Okay, here in the case of weak electrolytes, okay, they can show low electrical conductivity due to their less dissociation. Okay, so they can't undergo 100% dissociation in its solution state or molten state. Okay, so that's why they are showing low electrical conductivity. So for these weak electrolytes, okay, we have weak acids. Okay, like acetic acid. Okay, like acetic acid. Okay, it is an organic acid. Okay, so these organic acids comes under weak acids. Okay, so they can show they can act as a weak electrolytes. Okay, or carbonic acid. Okay, this carbonic acid also comes under these weak acids. Okay, so these weak acids comes under weak electrolytes. Okay, here in the case of weak bases, okay, like ammonium hydroxide. Okay, ammonium hydroxide. Okay, here, okay, these weak bases also does not undergo 100% dissociation in its aquatic media. So they can show low electrical conductance in its aquatic media or solution state or molten state. Okay, so here another type, that is halides of or salts of the lead plus Pb plus 2, okay, and Hg plus 2, that is mercury plus 2, and copper plus 1. Okay, this kind of salts can also comes under this weak electrolytes. Okay, so okay, here, okay, they can't undergo, okay, 100% dissociation. Okay, due to less dissociation, okay, there is a less number of ions present in its solution state or molten state. So okay, they can produce low electrical conductivity. Okay, they can show low electrical conductivity. Okay, so this is about the weak electrolytes. Okay, now in the case of non-electrolytes, okay, they can't show, okay, they cannot show electrical conductance in its solution state or molten state. Okay, solution state or molten state. Okay, so here, okay, in the case of non-electrolytes, okay, they can't show any kind of electrical conductance in its solution state or molten state. So this is about the types of electrolytic conductors. In these types of electrolytic conductors, we have strong electrolytes. They can produce they can show high electrical conductance in its solution state or molten state. In the case of weak electrolytes, okay, they can produce low electrical conductance. Okay, and in the case of non-electrolytes, they cannot show any kind of electrical conductivity in its solution state or molten state. Okay, so I will stop here. Okay, so this is about the types of conductors and what is conductor and what are the types of conductors. Okay, now in my next video I will discuss about the remaining parts of this basic electrochemistry. Okay, that is what is conductance and what is specific conductance and what is equivalence conductance and what is molar conductance. Okay, those things I will continue in my next video. Okay, so thank you for watching. Okay, have a nice day.